So Brisbane will go first. Random is on Zoom, so I can see them. In the room, you can only see the slides, but that's okay. I can see that he's there. Random, we can just do another quick sound check just so we know that you're good.
G'day, how are you going?
Okay, hold on, just keep talking.
G'day, welcome to Australia, mate. Sorry, I don't normally speak like that, but I felt I had to do that at least once, otherwise people would be disappointed.
Just trying to get the microphone to pick up.
Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you in the room, and I think I can hear you in the Zoom, and we can see slides. So just shout when you want Carolina to progress the slides. And if you're ready to go, then please start.
All right. Welcome to our presentation. My name is Random. Yes, that is my real name. I am one of the co-chairs for the Brisbane in 28 bid. We have decided to go for the theme of storytelling from the past through the future because Australia has the oldest living culture still living on it. The Australian Aboriginals have been on this land for over 60,000 years and they've been telling stories that entire time. And we hope to, as part of Worldcon, continue telling stories on the land that has been hearing those stories for 60,000 years. Next slide, please. We are about the same size as the United States, but our population is less than that of California, which means we have an interesting population problem of we are not a Brisbane bid. We are the Australia, New Zealand, Pacific Islander bid. And we will be gathering our people from all over there. We have chosen Brisbane as our venue because normal Worldcon times for us is winter. And a Brisbane winter is much, much nicer than Sydney or Melbourne. Trust me on this. You will have some lovely, subtropical, wonderful winter days with just cool enough at night to make it worth dressing up for. We have a highly diverse population. We have had immigration from all over the world. So there are the largest Chinese population outside of China is in Melbourne. The largest Italian population outside of Italy is in Melbourne. We have a lot of people from all over the world, and that makes Australia a veritable melting pot. We accept everything, but we also are still ourselves. We are English speakers, but again, lots of other languages are spoken, and yes, we did once lose a war to the emus. Don't ask. Next slide. Our chosen venue is Brisbane. Brisbane is the capital of the state of Queensland, which is usually referred to as the Sunshine State. It is subtropical, and even in the middle of winter, it should be a wonderful, wonderful temperature for everyone. This land sits on the lands of the Turrbal and Yugara people, and in their native tongue it is called Mianjin. We will be branding as both Brisbane in 28 and Mianjin in 28 to recognise that we are still telling stories 60,000 years on from these people. Brisbane is home to about 3 million people, plus more if you include the Sunshine Coast, the Gold Coast, and the other surrounding areas. It is very much a melting pot of people for many hundreds of kilometres up that coast. The public transport is very, very accessible. When you fly in, you have a train going directly from the airport into the city. It takes about 15 minutes and it costs about $10 each way. $10 Australian, which is less than what the people from the US and Canada will be used to. And there is even a beach in the middle of the city, right next door to our venue, as part of the South Bank Parklands. Next slide, please. As I said, we have the Sunshine and the Gold Coast very nearby, so it is not very hard to go a quick trip up the coast to go to Australia Zoo and look at the wonderful work that Steve Irwin started and is now being run by his children. There is also the Gold Coast just down to the south, which has some of the most amazing beaches in the country. There is a planetarium just up from the venue. There is a koala sanctuary inside the city itself, as well as numerous others outside. Plus, the week before when we're planning on doing ours, there is a total solar eclipse passing through Australia. It will start in the northwest of the country, travel through the centre of the country, and ends up including a total eclipse through the centre of Sydney for about 3 minutes on the 22nd of July. So if you are the astronomy type nerd, you might want to come a week before and have a look at that as well. We have many national parks in the area. We also have many theme parks in the area that are all just wonderful to visit, plus lots of other places to take a break on and just enjoy the wonderful weather. Next slide, please. Our venue of choice is the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre. It is in the heart of the city. It is a 5-minute walk across the river from the CBD. It has a railway station underneath it, so it is very easy to get to. The original Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre was deemed not to be big enough, so it expanded over the railway tracks and now saddles it on both sides. It sits on 17 hectares of riverfront parkland, including, as I said, its own beach with its own lifeguards. It is walking distance to many other cultural things within the city: State Library of Queensland, the Queensland Museum, and the Gallery of Modern Art. I'd like to apologise. It is currently midnight here, so if I am a little bit tired, that's why. It is fully accessible by public transport. It has a wonderful ferry network. Taking one of the ferries up and down the river just for the sightseeing is a wonderful idea. And there are over 48 hotels within 1 and a bit kilometres of the BCEC, which is less than a mile. And there are over 300 restaurants nearby, with our West End having wonderful food of all sorts of natures. Next slide, please. Oops, sorry. We are currently working with a number of people to try and get this moving. Oops. I thought we missed one. BCEC has a lot of available venues. It's 44 different function spaces over the entire space, plus 8 event spaces. Sorry, 8. Many event spaces over 8 levels. As I said, my apologies for tiredness. There are 4 exhibition halls, the Great Hall, plus it's got its own cafes, ballrooms, terraces, auditoriums, and all that sort of stuff. There is extensive parking. Our choices of hotels, however, will mean you probably won't need parking because the primary hotel we are using is connected to the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre, and they have their own designated entryway into the building. Wheelchair accessibility is an important thing in Australia. There has been a large push for accessibility all across the country. As such, there is wheelchair access from the hotel directly to the BCEC. So if you are in a wheelchair, you do not even need to go outside. There is designated accessible parking. There is accessible toilets, parenting rooms, and all those sorts of things. Plus, there are all the facilities for hearing loops and ability to look after guide dogs, hearing dogs, and those sorts of things. The convention facilities are world class. Next, please. We are working with a number of organisations. We have gotten a bid money from the Australian Science Fiction Foundation as a starting fund for our bid. Plus, as I said, we're partnering with BCEC, plus Ridges Hotel, plus the Brisbane Economic Development Agency, who are working with us to make sure we can present the best we can to the world. We have grants. We are in the process of organising grants with both Tourism Australia and Tourism Events Queensland. We are currently in conversation with Village Roadshow and Screen Queensland, plus hotels and airlines. Plus, we have connections in the venue with Queensland Performing Arts Centre, Brisbane Powerhouse Theatre, and the Brisbane International Film Festival. We are also in the process of putting together some more artwork for our bid. We are working with an Indigenous artist by the name of Tori J. Morty. She is a local Brisbane artist, and she is currently designing a companion logo to work with our Brisbane in 28 for Meanjin in 28. And we have partnered with SWOC in the US so that we can collect monies from the US people directly without having to go through currency conversions and those sorts of hassles. Next, please. Yes, Brisbane is a long distance away from most of the places that have had Worldcons in the past. We are aware of that. but it is worth the visit, and it's worth spending a little bit of extra time to make it a proper holiday. Brisbane International Airport connects directly to large chunks of the world, um, including various places in the US and Asia and Europe. There are 77,000 arrival seats per week, 34 international destinations each week, and 51 domestic destinations. The airport is served by the air train, as I said, and it's about $10 to get in from the airport into the city, and the railway the rail station in question is right underneath the convention centre. Next. As I said, Australia has Australia's Indigenous people have a storytelling history. They have been telling stories for over 60,000 years. And for them, telling stories is not just stories. That is how they remember things. Where is the best place to hunt? There's a story that reminds us where that is. Where is the best place to gather? There's a story that reminds them of that. Their stories are how they remember things and how they pass their information from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next. We are telling stories. We want to tell stories. We want to make sure that those stories are still heard. So their stories from the past have gone through to today and will continue going through to the future. We want to make this exciting and diverse. We also want to make it not just us. As I said, Brisbane is a large, small country. And as a result, we have to gather talent from all over the country. We're also gathering talent from New Zealand. We're also gathering talent from anyone from the Pacific Islands who wants to be part as well. We are not intending to just make this a Brisbane con or an Australian con. We are trying to represent the entire Pacific area to the world for a Worldcon. Last slide next, please. And yes, we want you to come to Brisbane in 28 because the Struth is out there. I'm sorry, we had to do that. Thank you very much.